ZERG players. Do we still have the chart? This is for Diamond ZERG, but Platinum ZERG is just way bigger of these same issues. But a little bit of everything. Usually one or two are big, and then the rest is mixed in. What am I predicting? It's hard to predict so much so far, but I'm just gonna go with one. Microing Zerglings will be a real problem. F2 hotkey, that's an easy one. And if I had to pick a third, it's gonna be the trying too hard. Because let me give you some context. Like, you got to think about in and out of the game. You got to use all your experience. So this was from Boosted Echo. He donated $20, which is more than the $15 usual, now raised price, because I don't want to see too many of your terrible replays. He did not include a replay. Sent another message with detail. Still didn't include a replay. Third try, finally figured out how to put a fucking link on it, which is a very Platinum ZERG thing to do. So what I predict is we're going to have a player who seems to have a good idea of how to play, but constantly forgets it in order to spread 15 creep tumors and bank up 3,000 minerals. That's my prediction. We'll see. Who could have expected? Okay. We're good so far? Mostly. Wow. So we're breaking out the bingo card. Alright, everybody get out your bingo cards. And I'm not talking about the Angry Coach. I'm talking about the ZERG bingo cards. Okay, everybody. You got your bingo cards out. What do we got here? Okay. We got double ups. We got double ups. Nice. Okay. We got 50 drones. We got lair. We got no tech. And then we have too much tech. Then we have Zerglings. No reason. Paniclings. Still the same thing. Of course. Do not forget the classic. Very important. It is going to be Banelings with no purpose. No plan. So you make like 20 Banelings and then you just fucking run them into depots because you're like, well, these things don't want to live any longer. Forgetting Hive. Like, you got all this. So the summary is, what is the point of this? The point is, do you see an order to these things? Neither does our player. That's the point. Oh, Baneling Nest. Yes, of course.
Our drones are under attack.
Why wouldn't we have a Baneling Nest then? That makes sense. I saw it on the bingo card.
Metamorphosis complete.
Third base is also on the bingo card. We got 32 drones. We're going for upgrades. But there you go. Check it off. Did you guys have bingo? Did you have a third hatch in the central row?
Not enough energy.
Now, I'm sorry. Let me see. I gotta predict. Like, I gotta be out ahead of the bingo card. You guys might want to check your cards. If you have lair on the center row along with third hatch, I feel something good for you. Give it a sec. Double ups. I'm sorry. I misled you. Wait for it. Wait. Give it a couple seconds. Oh, there. Oh, shit. Oh, no. That's 2 Marines. And now the lair. You might be like, well, what would you build instead of a lair? ZERG doesn't have some sort of mineral-heavy unit that is strong for both early anti-ground and air defense, that also transitions perfectly well into the mid and late game and complements your army the more you have of it. That would be imbalanced and overpowered, especially if it didn't take larva or Vespene gas and only cost minerals. And you could build it on hatch tech. Like, who would design such a silly unit? That's why, obviously, we go to Lair. Oh no, I forgot. We're going to build multiple spore crawlers. Ah, yes, a classic platinum move. This is killing your own drones for absolutely no reason. Did we see a starport? Fuck no. Did we see any air units? Who knows? Are air units scary? Yes, very much. So instead of maybe establishing a worker lead, we're going to do our best to undercut that. Was he talking about roaches? I'm talking about fucking queens. And if you didn't know that, either one, I was being too subtle, which is very impressive, or two, you don't play Starcraft, which is fine, just give me your money. So everything about this is bad. The only time you need 2 spore crawlers is if you've guaranteed they're going battlecruiser. But not only are you killing your own drones here, nice job, but 2, you're putting your spore crawlers in the position where they block the maximum amount of mining. It's not really a concern, because in StarCraft 2, your workers moved from single to double-digit intelligence when it comes to, well, double-digit IQ. And they actually know how to move around things instead of having a mental breakdown if there's a pebble in their way. But when you decide to put spore crawlers that block your close mineral patches or 3 mineral patches simultaneously, you're still managing to really stress those workers out. And there's the lair, by the way. Did we have lair? Cross it off. Oh, we had anything but 50 drones on the bingo card, right? So technically, that is the spore thing. Because I say 50 drones as soon as possible. We're doing our best to get there, but... he showed up with any amount of units, so fuck it, Lings. And now Banes. Yes, of course. Here's the thing, it's gonna work out. He's walking right into it. And here's the impressive part. He only banked up 1,000 minerals during it. Which is not as many as he could have. I mean, let's be honest. If there is any units on your side of the map, what can you, like, are you expected to actually do anything else at the same time? Let's not get fucking crazy. Meanwhile, perfect defense against the Liberator. Nailed it. Beautiful. Perfectly calculated, just like that Terran player's shift queue. Now, that's the type of thing that gets more people to continue to build spore crawlers in possibly... well, in what is more than likely the worst possible location. You could do it. Unless he decided to just siege up his Liberator directly on top of it. So, congratulations. You failed your way in success. Here's the thing. You built 45 drones. You got 3 bases. You got some queens. You got some upgrades. There's hope. It's not terrible. But you definitely have some very strong Platinum Zerg tendencies as well. Between the spore crawler placements in general, between the panicky nature, like somehow, how many games against Terran have you played? I guarantee it's somewhere between 5 and 500. And how have you not yet learned where your overlords go? How is it? And don't lie to me. Tell me right now, do you have a plan for your overlords, or do you just kind of throw them across the map and then kind of figure it out from there? Overlords are not like a reactionary unit. Overlords move slower than you do. There's supposed to be a plan to some extent, but you're just like, fuck it. The drones were under attack, but thankfully, we did not notice in time and freak out, which is a plus. I can't imagine what would have happened if... So, did I at some point mention 3,000 minerals and spreading 15 creep tumors instead of doing anything else? I wouldn't bring it up if I hadn't already said that. We're not there yet, but we're close. Alright, so we're going to build a bunch of banelings. Or not. Or just win the game. That's planetary. That's planetary. This is where we separate the platinums from the diamonds. I don't know if you realized that was a planetary. I don't know if you actually looked at it. You got 2,000 minerals. You got 121 gas. And you got two choices. You got the choice of playing the game. Or you got the choice of failing again. We're going to check a few things before we unpause. First, we're going to check the game time. If this game goes more than 10 more minutes, not only did you fuck up, incredibly so, but you might actually lose, which is, you kind of deserve that. Let's find out. All right. Two. So, how long does it take to get Hive? What is the answer? 1, you download the minimap DLC and see if he expanded to any of the many other locations. There aren't that many off the beaten path on this map, but who knows? He might be here, or this is one of the few games he's not in any of those locations, but just as often as not, he will be. With a random ass base that if many Platinum Zergs who have come before you, and Terrans and Protoss, just will not scout. They'll be like, well, if I just beat down this planetary, I win the game, right? No, that's not how it works. So, the correct answer, I will actually spell it out directly. We get to 65 drones, get a Roach Warren, and a Hydra Den. Do we already have any of those? No. Why? Because it's hard to fuck up Roaches and Hydras, easy to fuck up Banelings and Lings. I'm already disappointed you made Lings in the first place, but whatever. 65 drones, 66 if you want to get technical. 4 bases, Roach Hydra. Alright, hit 66 drones, Infestation Pit. Infestation Pit finishes, Spire and Hive. Why at the same time? Because a Spire takes the exact same amount of time to build as a Hive. You might be like, what if he attacks me? This motherfucker over here has a planetary on his natural. The only thing that's going to be attacking you is your own lack of self-worth. So, in the next 3 minutes, 66 drones, 4 bases, go to Hive, Roaches, and Hydras. Sounds like a lot. Not that much. We're kind of a lot of the way there, to be honest. We got the baseline. What don't we do? 2 is build essentially any Banelings. 3 is continue to build anything that ends in Lings. Which are Lings, and also, get this, Banelings. 3, just forget upgrades in favor of anything else. 4, not get an Infestation Pit. 5, maintain 2,000 plus minerals in order to gain compound interest, which doesn't exist in this game, only exists when you share my videos. Please share my videos. No, for real. Watch 3 hours of this fucking nerd. It'll be worth it. You've never played No, don't. He has great videos, though. Check it out. Yeah, they're not gonna watch. Anyways, so the summary is, how long will it take you to do the right thing if you ever do? Let's find out. And the ultimate answer, by the way, is Corruptor Broodlord or at least Roach Hydra Viper. I'm not confident you're going to use any spellcasters. Because if you were a wizard, you'd probably be like the equivalent of Neville Longbottom until he actually like saves everything. Like in the first few Harry Potter movies. I don't remember them that well. He wasn't a very good wizard, right? Otherwise that analogy doesn't work. Anyways, let's find out. Okay, I was wrong. I apologize. I thought it would be 15 creep tumors that would prevent him from spending his 3,000 minerals. It was 3 creep tumors. It was worse than I thought. I have watched more Platinum Zerg replays than games your average Platinum Zerg has played. And unlike them, I at least learn. Unfortunately.
Metamorphosis.
Banelings. Wrong. Fucking 3 strikes. Stop. But we're gonna play it out. Lings do not counter liberators. Jesus fucking Christ. This is so many different flavors of wrong. You could open up a goddamn Baskin Robbins. This is the most... This is the epitome of Platinum Zerg. If you took all the Platinum Zergs together and you ground them up into little fucking bits and then you snorted those bits and you would have a vision, and that vision would be this fucking game. I didn't know how that was gonna end, but neither does he, so. Like, it's so incredibly wrong. This might be a standalone video. Like, this is... We saved the best, which means the worst, for last. Like, this is the most Platinum Zerg. Remember when I said it took him 3 tries to figure out how to fucking link this replay while he was continually giving me money? This is like... It's so wrong. Like, this is the most platinum. It's essentially, you failed your way to this point. Like, making a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings will get you about to exactly this point, and maybe a little further. Whatever MMR this is. And then you will run directly head first into a fucking wall. And this is the wall right now. We are watching that experience happen in real time. You, multiple times, have gone up. He has a planetary. He has a bunch of Terran units. He's got a wall. The Lings and Banes, they're not cutting it. So we come back. We go back to the drawing board with our finger paints and our glue that we're snacking on. And what do we come up with? The same fucking thing. Again. And again. And again. This is like the 4th fucking time. This isn't like the 2nd try. This is the 4th time you have come back to your glue drawing board and come up with, you know what we need? 40 more fucking Zerglings. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll be the difference this time. And +2. Last time +1, +2, that's twice as much. There you go. I appreciate, and of course, there was no way I could have seen this replay beforehand. I don't know why I keep needing to clarify that, because I'm pretty sure he's never seen a replay in his entire StarCraft career. Maybe I could encourage him to watch his own replays by saying, did you know there's an achievement for opening your own replays? If you didn't, I would not be surprised. You have 4,800 minerals. You got 600 gas. You obviously have disposable income in and out of game, but while I enjoy your very, well, and what many people send me, which is just your common sense, you don't have common sense. So, that was a bit shoehorned. But it's so bad. Like, this is so bad. It's incredibly bad. I'm trying to come up with more clever ways to say it. But I'm running dry. Okay. Did you miss the drones? I forgot idle at the second or third. You could take, is that the comment you're going to make with this fucking game? Is the idle drones? You could take half your drones out behind the woodshed. Okay? You could shoot them execution style with a liberator, which actually fucking happened less than 2 minutes ago, by the way. Come back. Go make yourself some goddamn Hot Pockets in a low wattage microwave oven. Now that's a callback. Eat those Hot Pockets. Create a Hot Pocket habit where you eat Hot Pockets on such a regular basis, you have a weight problem, and then you go to the doctor. You're diagnosed with early onset diabetes. And to those who have diabetes, I do not mean offense to you. You should be offended by this person. And realize maybe you should stop eating the Hot Pockets, okay? And you realize you spend the time. You stop eating Hot Pockets. You replace them with pizza rolls. Not a solution. Just like more fucking Zerglings and Banelings. What the fuck? Am I taking fucking crazy pills? I don't... Oh, we graduated to Hydralisk. What does the units lost tab look like? Wow, that is not what I thought, but the mental damage is not shown there. Gotta spread that creep.
A creep tumor is under attack.
Good thing he paid me more than the 15. Good thing it took him 3 tries to figure out how to send the replay. Because otherwise I would be considering upping the rate. Looks like it took him 3 tries to learn how to breathe.
You are now in my service.
Looks like me playing any other game, to be honest. But oh, now. You know what the perfect time for Hive is? After we lost approximately 742 Zerglings and 100 Hydralisks. Not after we saw a planetary at the natural and no other bases. No. After we lost 5, 6, 7 armies. Give this dude the brick build step by step. He paid 1 hour coaching worth of money. What? 1 hour coaching worth of money for him he could not afford. I don't know if anyone could. Maybe we just cut right to the chase with fucking Twitch Prime. We get Jeff Bezos down here, and he might have a shot. I have a sneaking suspicion if Jeff Bezos applied himself, he would not be platinum. He would just buy Starcraft and make himself the only Grandmaster. But if he truly wanted to, hit me up. But that is possibly the only person who could afford it at this time.
Mineral
I haven't done this. We need to just.
You are now in my service.
After 5 years, it is time for me to move on. To also support you on Patreon, Mafaka. Thanks for your continuous great work and providing world-class entertainment. Keep it up. Less than 3.
What am I doing with my life? This is literally the only way to lose this many Zerglings. This is when this is the point when a lot of people, and it happens on like every other Bronze League Heroes, it's like, this has to be staged. There are no actors this good. That's the thing. Just think for a second. Think right now about reality. Just whatever you want. Don't say it out loud. Nobody wants to hear it. But think about it. Reality is stranger than fiction. Unfortunately.
Depleted. Thespian guy. Our forces are under attack.
We are going to... Okay. So, this is the part where I'd make a joke about, like, so, before you go Broodlords, first you have to lose your entire ground army. But that's not even that funny at this point. Because he's lost his ground army like 7 times. He has to lose his ground army like 7 more times and lose the Corruptors, and then eventually maybe we can go Broodlords. Also, you know you're not allowed to take this gas in the main because that would be bad luck. Now we have to ask ourselves the question. There's almost 3 minutes left. And this is the reason why Platinum Zergs are a thing. He's still gonna win. He's still gonna win. Despite everything. He's still gonna win. Of course. He wouldn't send in a lot. This is why, for life lessons, it's important to get out of your bubble. Because here, the bubble is other Platinum players. You compare yourself to other platinum players and what they do, and vice versa. But we get a little bit out of that bubula, and we look at this with a unfortunately fresh set of eyes, and we see what we see. I was like, how appropriate. We're gonna end this whole marathon, 3+ hours, with this platinum Zerg. I bet he'll be quite a platinum Zerg. Little did I know.